In this video, multiplayer, France is achieved, and let's go back to the Ardennes where we just crossed the border for some slightly thoughtful times. France and the Ardennes, and there was a war memorial just back down. I mean, it must be said, when you drive past fields of wheat and there's poppies growing up everywhere. I don't know why I'm pointing at these aren't poppies clearly, even though I know that and I'm rubbish with plants. Yeah, it really does make you think about the absolute horrors of the First World War. And yeah, you imagine this area, instead of reverberating to the gentle chatter of a 2CV, rifles and artillery, and it truly chills the soul. And I would say brave soldiers, but not all of them were brave. Most of them were terrified, and those who couldn't fight because they'd had a mental breakdown were shot. It was not the most glorious aspect of the 20th century, and it boggles the mind that just a few years later war was there again. But yeah, there you go. You have to reflect on these things. Unfortunately, in these areas, one hopes we never have such times again. Hey, Ellie. Not good at all. In other news, we are over 1,000 miles on this trip. So, yeah, it's probably the first time in my life it's taken me 1,000 miles to get from my house to France. That was definitely the long way around. Go, our first little French town. Oh yes, it is feeling très joli, but very French. There's the mairie, where the mayor lives. Well, not where he lives, but his office, or her office. La Neuville-aux-Jottes is where we just were. Does feel good to be back in France. I just like France. My French skills are starting to come back to me somewhat. I've actually managed to carry out a few transactions today. So yeah, amazing how you can get by remarkably little of a language. But we should push on. Still about 60 miles to cover today. One of the more annoying aspects of France at the moment is that the rural speed limit has dropped from 60 miles an hour, or 62, I think, or was it 90? No, maybe it was 90, which was 56, down to 80 kilometres an hour. But I can't say that's a massive problem in a 2CV, to be honest. I'm not exactly gunning it anyway. Just having a lovely drive. Oh, those kingpins are getting bad. Not all that lovely at all times. Judging by the behaviour of that truck, I'd suggest most French people are ignoring the changed speed limits. I'm doing pretty much 90 kilometres an hour. So lovely. Yeah, war is never far away in these parts, is it? This is from a Second World War battle. But yeah, vive la France indeed. Another gorgeous French town. Right, I probably shouldn't be parked here, so let's carry on. But yeah, we've got Brussels to the right, Lyon to the left, but we're going to Rennes. Or Ream, or Ram. I don't know. I'm not very good at French, sorry. Sorry, French people. Why is there a mountain bike up there? How bizarre. Oh, the roads are big here. 16 miles till my next junction. And yeah, some big industrial stuff about. It's about the only time that right-hand drive becomes a bit of an issue. try and overtake that through a village. It's a big old thing. Oh look, a little mega van. I quite like those little mega vans. I get what all the bikes are about now. I've seen a sign saying Tour de France 2019. So does that mean I am doing the Tour de France? Because I'm in a way, we're going to see a fair bit of the country. We're not going around all of it though. Rome is getting closer. Yes, I have changed how I pronounce it. It's been interesting to see how much attention Ellie's getting here in France. Sadly, I think that's probably a sign of how rare the 2CV has become. Or maybe it's because the driver appears to be missing his right-hand drive. But whatever the reason, when we actually reach a town and they're a bit spread out along this road, there have been waves and smiles aplenty. This long road, which just appears to have not any bends in it, is the D966. You want to look it up on a map? I know people have asked me to put a tracer on so you can see my route, but yeah, that means giving too much away to Mr. Google, I think. Might want Mondeo. It really is very hard to get across the sense of scale of what we've just driven through. But yeah, we've just driven from a long way over there in pretty much a straight line up to that roundabout up at the top there. And now we're driving along a different road, the D16 I think it is. But yeah, much harvesting going on. Gosh, this is remote. And it makes the drop in speed limit seem an absolute joke when you consider this terrain. There are no motorways, that I haven't seen any public transport, so your only option is the car. And if you slow the top speed down by 10 miles an hour, that's going to have a massive impact on journey times. So yeah, I'm with the French on this. I'm ignoring the rules as well. Correction, it's the D30, not the D16. Oh, what are the chances of that? Just as I want to pull out, there's a car. There's basically no traffic along here at all. Onwards! Then we're approaching, well actually Reims is to our left, and we're on the old circuit, coming up to the old grandstand. They haven't raced here for 50 years, cars, and just a few years less for bikes, but this is kind of petrolhead nirvana. I've seen so many photos of people who've stopped here, but I've never stopped here myself until now. There's been some restoration work going on, I think. There we go, the old pits. Wow. I'm going to stop below a Sev Marshall banner, I think, and we'll do some photographs. What a location. Wow. This is like stepping into another world. Right, let's have a mooch around behind the scenes. Clearly a lot of work going on at the moment. There's the original tunnel. I don't know if it still extends all the way under. We'll go and take a look. But yeah, clearly been a lot of work going on. I think a few years ago they may have repainted some of the advertising hoardings, so they were all a bit too bright because they'd faded away to almost nothing. But yeah, I'm very glad they have actually perked things up, and it's now settled down a bit. But yeah, that building is still pretty fresh by the look of it. Postcards variously. There's a Porsche 944 now pulled in for a look. Marshall's Post. Oh, you can go under. Oh, well, I didn't know you could do this, so this should be fun times. Feels like urban exploration. Yes, I've got the fence. I thought they'd fenced it off so you couldn't come down here, but no, they've just fenced it off so you don't fall down, which is fair enough. Oh yeah, been patching the track up. I mean, it's not very exciting down here, but the sound is quite interesting. And then we come out on the other side of the road. A grandstand with stalactites going on. Well, it's a shame, but naturally there were glass windows in these buildings and they have just all been completely smashed out. But at least someone's come along and tidied away the debris. That could have happened decades ago. Like I say, I don't think there was any racing here after 1972. So, oh, there you can see some of the original faded paint. Oh, this was well worth a look, wasn't it? Really is a toilet block. By the look of it. Oh, that could be useful. Wow. What a spot. Finally managed to tear myself away from the Grand Prix circuit, and I've come into the centre of Reims and REIMS, and that is one mighty building. They do like a square here, preferably with a good dose of flags. I'm going to assume that's the town hall, but I'm now in search of the Cathedral, Notre Dame de Reims, or Ram. Really must find out how to pronounce that. Another mightily impressive square, but I think we're getting closer now. But yeah, gosh, some impressive old buildings here. Oh, here we go. The Flying Buttress fans will be most pleased. That's buttresses on buttresses. Gosh. Golly gosh. I should have tried videoing that from much further away. See if we can walk around it. I mean, I'm not a religious person in the slightest, but yeah, it's hard not to be amazed by these places, which I guess is rather the point of them, really. Yes, thank you, BMW. That's an amazing structure. Let's go and see where the sun's catching it, right around the front. Yeah, that is impressive. And now I feel like I'm going to fall over. quite extraordinary. But yeah, another lovely square. Go and have a mooch around. I came to the wrong city because I've just been into the tourist info just to ask, how do you pronounce the town name? And the answer is Reims, which isn't at all how it's spelled, or something close to that. Yeah, but yeah, mind-blowing. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up now. I'm going to spend a couple of days in Ardennes, which I can almost pronounce, because I just feel the need for another break, catch up on the videos. They're yeah, a bit of a backlog going on again, and yeah, just basically going to chill out and have an awfully nice time. And then I'll make my way to Normandy. Thursday is when the Citroën Centenary event begins, so that should be fun as well. So I shall say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you for more travelling adventures as we make our way slowly towards Croatia. That excitement starts next week, though not immediately because I'm catching up with friends before I set off, but nonetheless, farewell. I'm just getting ready for Pachu. I'm nowhere near anything, so I'm just going to go